Hi folks, my name is Nick Varner with the Holton-Wise Property Group. Today we're joined by Jerry Padilla of MB Financial in our Cleveland offices. So Jerry, yesterday was Veterans Day and we want to know what programs are out there for our veterans.
So MB Financial offers a VA loan to our veterans. It's a great program for the veterans to be able to get into a property without actually no money down payment.
Wow. Okay, so there are separate VA programs for loans if a veteran wants to buy his or her own house. So could you tell me a little bit about the VA loans themselves? What specifically makes, I take it many lenders offer VA loans then. What really should a veteran know if he or she is considering buying, a property today?
So one benefit that all veterans should know if they're buying a property utilizing the VA loan, what MB offers them is we eliminate our administration fee, and that's a $9.95 fee that we charge our consumers that are non-veterans. So we eliminate that fee for them completely.
Okay.
So that's one of our key benefits is that we try to cut their costs, even though they could get 100% financing, and eliminate any additional costs that's associated with the transaction.
Wow, so if you're just a regular home buyer out there, you're going to be hit with $1,000 $9.99 fee, right, straight off the bat. But if you're a veteran, that's immediately eliminated.
Correct.
That's great. So in terms of loan minimums and maximums, what are we talking about? What can a veteran look for? What is covered under your MB Financial VA loan?
So MB Financial allows to go to a loan minimum of $10,000, and then a loan maximum of $2 million. And in this particular case, we would have to go to the VA limits. So whatever the VA limits would allow them to go up to is what we would be able to provide for them, and that's all depending on the counties.
Okay, so it's by the county. It can be anywhere from 10,000 to $1 million, but individual counties make certain distinctions as well. Is that correct?
Because there's consider high cost areas versus low regular cost areas. So for example, on a high cost area, a veteran could go up to $625 loan amount. With that, it'd be considered a jumbo product. Or on a standard cost area, you're looking at $417 for a single family residence.
Okay.
And then that number jumps up as you go into 2 families, 3 families, 4 families.
Got it. So if you're talking about a veteran who wants to buy a house in San Francisco, that's going to be a higher amount.
Correct.
Versus if a veteran's trying to buy a house here in Cleveland, that would be approved for that $417 amount.
Or lower, yeah.
Or lower. Okay. In terms of selling, there's a lot of costs associated with anytime you take out a mortgage. There's different costs that are involved that you don't always know exactly what you're going to get hit with on that final bill if you've never purchased a house before. So for a veteran, what are the closing costs and all the hidden costs associated with buying a home with MB Financial?
So with the cost associated with the VA loan, you could structure it with MB Financial to where your seller pays 100% of your closing costs. You could actually get into this transaction nothing out of pocket.
Wow.
$0 out of pocket. We just would have to structure it a certain way for that to happen. We put a dollar amount on the sales contract versus a percentage, and they could pay 100% of their closing costs.
Okay.
In the event that your seller doesn't want to provide any support towards the closing costs, we also could do what's called the lender credit. And the lender credit gives us the ability to apply that towards closing costs as well. So how that is accommodated is by increasing the rate a little to provide a credit towards your closing costs. So there is that option as well, that if the seller is not willing to provide assistance towards closing costs, we could provide a lender credit. But the financing is 100%, so there is no down payment.
Okay. So you mean to tell me here in Cleveland, you can go buy a really nice house in a great community for $300,000 to $400,000, and you could buy that house without really any down payment or any closing costs? Is that what you're saying?
If the seller is willing to pay their closing costs, 100% yes.
Okay. What's the minimum credit score that you're looking for a veteran to qualify for an MB Financial VA loan?
So this is another thing that separates us from the industry is we could go down to as little as a credit score of 600 for a VA, for a veteran. So you have a lot of banks out there have a minimum requirement of 640 or higher. So we do have the ability to go down to 600. In the event that your client doesn't have the ability to meet that expectation, we do have free tools that are available to the client to help them increase their credit score to get them in a position so they could qualify for a VA loan.
That all sounds pretty great. Do you have any final thoughts for veterans thinking about applying for a VA loan through MB Financial?
Biggest thing that I could say is don't feel that you can't qualify. Reach out to either your local loan officer or myself and put yourself in a position to see if you can qualify. Don't assume that you can't.
So veterans, thank you for your service. We hope that you take advantage of these great programs that are provided for you for all the great things you've done for our country. Thanks, Jerry.